Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the ElementalMaker. Today, paying a little homage to some of these supporters out there who, outside of patron, something, have been helping the channel out behind the scenes and sending some really cool shit. So, first up, and unfortunately I already unboxed this, I was so freaking excited to get it. But this is from David down in Australia. I don't know if these guys want me to say their last names or not, so I'm not going to say them. David down in Australia sent me this beautiful DVR2 vacuum gauge. Goes all the way from atmospheric pressure down to 1 millibar, or I think somewhere around 700 or so microns. I kind of do everything in microns. I don't know what... I think that's the conversion, somewhere around there. And this beautiful old Arduino Nano, which I've never seen one quite like it before, but it's pretty cool. Oh, nice thing is it has a whole bunch of extra pinouts up here, so that's super useful. Or is that an Uno? That is an Uno. It's in a Nano box, but that is an Uno. Okay. But this freaking gauge here. Now the problem is, I'm going to have to, well, not a problem, a fun little side project. I'm going to have to machine up an adapter here so I can hook it up to the old Welch Duo Seal vacuum pump, which I don't want to say rebuilt, we literally just changed the oil on it a number of videos ago. And love to get that tested and see how the heck she works. See what we can actually pull down to. The old Welch Duo Seal is actually rated for like 0.1 microns, so it may be able to go significantly further down in vacuum than this is capable of. And I feel like 760 is pretty high for something actually using proper vacuum fitting, so I wonder if maybe that's just what they rate it for and it can pull or accurately read a lot further down. We'll find out in a future video. Now, this is from another gentleman in the States this time, Billy, who sent another vacuum related beautiful device. So this is a micron blue vac, which is actually like an HVAC, specifically made for HVAC contractors. And this also does readings from atmospheric down to, I believe, at least according to the spec sheets, 1 micron. Now, I'm not sure how accurate it actually is when you're starting to get into those higher vacuum situations, because this isn't using a really proper high vacuum type. A lot of higher vacuum gauges will use thermocouple transducers, so it's actually putting out heat and detecting how much heat travels across a given distance to determine the level of vacuum in an area. But this, I believe, is using some sort of capacitive transducer, something of that nature, to actually measure vacuum. So I'm really curious how accurate this will be compared to that. That'll kind of be fun to do a showdown between these two and see where the heck they land. Now you might also notice I got this, I'm sure a lot of you guys recognize this stuff, cheap little titanium sheet off eBay. It's literally like $1 a piece. I think I paid $1.26 for each of these. And it's literally just dirt cheap titanium mesh. Now the downside is it's incredibly flimsy, but I'm thinking what we're going to try to do is make some DIY anodes for at-home production of chlorates. So we'll have to kind of nerd rage it out. I'll start with some of his kind of known solutions. I believe he did a manganese nitrate solution, or was it something of that nature, and basically he dripped it onto his substrate, heated it on the hot plate, and was able to get a workable anode. But we'll have to see if we can maybe come up with something else. I really want to try to somehow recreate like the commercial indium ruthenium oxide anodes. That would be beautiful, but I haven't been able to find any real literature on how the heck to do that. So I'm gonna have to do some more deep dives into Google patents and see if I can't find out some of the way they've basically figured out how to deposit that ruthenium indium oxide mixture onto the titanium substrates, whether it be some sort of chemical thermal decomposition of a different salt. I would imagine that's probably how they did it, but we'll have to play around, find out. And now, this one I've been very excited to open up, mostly because I know the craftsmanship and thought that went into making this. So this is from my buddy Bob over in the UK, another Bob, who well, he'll open it up, we'll see. We were hoping to get this in time for the 4th of July to have a bit of a proper celebration. Wow, look at that. Confidential stamping. I like that. I'm gonna have to get one of those stamps. That's cool. That way you can black out old old labels. That's great. All right. A lot of guys on my last video were asking where I got this knife. I made this a few years ago. It's a 01 tool steel full tang, and it's modeled after Go Customs. He makes knives on YouTube, has a bit of a following, and I literally just followed his old step-by-step tutorial and made my first knife there. So I don't know which side this actually opens up on. Holds up good though, the 01 tool steel. You gotta keep it oiled, otherwise it'll rust like crazy, but son of a bitch. I'm not taking any awards here. There we go. To Bob from Bob. That is proper mushroom trippy sort of stuff there. I like that. He strategically named this a pencil holder for customs, but it does a little bit more than that, although of course legally it is a pencil holder. That's great. So let's see. Wow, beautiful packaging, Bob. Nicely done. And it doesn't look like any customs officials snuck through this like you thought may have happened. They delayed the shipping like crazy. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, look at that beauty. The hell's that? Oh, nice little portable screwdriver. Keep that in the car. But check this beauty out. No, he didn't mail an actual artillery shell through the mail. It's a little signal cannon. Beautifully machined. He's even got the primer on the back. That's awesome. Gorgeously done, Bob. We're definitely going to have to give this a little test fire. So let's go out to the garage, load her up, and and pop this sucker off. See how she works. Well, it's been quite some time. Haven't really had the chance to test this sucker, but finally gonna load her up. I have no idea how much black powder it actually put in here. I figure we'll just start with a few grams, see how that does. Alright, 3 grams. That should hopefully be plenty. I mean, this thing is absolutely thick as they come. So I don't think there's any way we could hurt it. I mean, look at this brass. Sidewall's gotta be half an inch thick on all sides. It's pretty incredible. See if I have a ramrod. Managed to score some newspaper, a beautiful relic of the past. Don't know how much wadding to put in. This thing is a massive mystery. All I know is the walls are thick as hell, and we're not going to hurt it. So, at least hopefully. Alright, let's go try this beauty. Makes a little thump. I can dig it. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Bob. What a fun toy. Now I can piss the neighbors off without breaking the law. So it's been a couple weeks. I finally got the fittings in to test the big vacuum gauge sent by David. But real quick, I want to test this gauge sent by Billy. This beautiful micro blue vac. And I'm curious to see what this old Welch Duo Seal can actually manage in terms of vacuum. Now, it's been a while since I changed the oil at this point, and it's got a cap open atmosphere, so it's probably got a fair bit of moisture in there now, so it's probably not going to pull a very high vacuum. Currently reading high pressure. Let's turn the pump on. Oh, she's working. 2,500 microns. That's pretty mediocre. I mean, of course, these are small fittings, not optimal for pulling a vacuum, but it should be getting way below there, even with HVAC fittings. It is coming down a little bit, so we might be pulling some moisture out of the oil, but I probably just need to change it. Also, I don't really know how the hell to use the ballast as of yet. I don't know which way to screw it in or screw it out. Yeah, we're at 2,300, so it is improving. Let's see where the DVR2 beautiful gauge sent by David. Let's see if that matches up with this. So we're going about 2280 after a few minutes. All right, let's test the DVR2. You can see right now it's showing atmospheric pressure in millibars. This doesn't have a micron reading, and I'm kind of going to have to be a little non-scientitious with how I do this test, but I'm going to hold this. We're fired up. I'm going to plug that on there. Alright. 4 millibar. I'm going to hold it here for a minute and see where we can get. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm trying not to run into the belts. 3 millibar. Alright, I don't think I'm getting better than that with this sketchy rig. This is so improvised. Oh! Alright, so 3 millibar. I don't know the conversion in my head, so let me yank one of those online calculators. Alright, 3 millibar is 2250. So they are pretty damn on point. Freaking beautiful. You know, the only catch here is I think this only goes down to 1 millibar. So for really high level vacuum work, like a fuser or something like that, we probably aren't going to be able to use this. And I'm not sure how accurate this blue vac. They say it goes down to 1 micron. I mean, now I'm not sure what kind of transducer is actually in this micro blue vac, but I'm kind of doubtful as to its accuracy actually down at those very, very high level vacuums. I mean, usually when you're going into ultra high vacuum measurements, you're using some sort of capacitive or thermal transducer. This, I doubt is using one of those, although I couldn't find information. Maybe it is, if it's actually able to accurately measure down to 1 micron. So, if any of you guys know what is being used in here, I'm super curious. It's a cool little unit. Beauty. But we got 2 beautiful vacuum gauges, courtesy of Bill and David. And just thank you so much, guys. This is absolutely awesome. And looking forward to doing some projects with these. So, I also want to quickly compare this crappy little medical pump to the nice old Welch Duo Seal. So let's plug this sucker in. Now the Welch Duo Seal was able to get to 3 millibar. Let's see what we're able to get to with this crappy little medical unit. Two is it 268 versus 3 millibar, and I think with fresh oil we can get down real low with that Welch Duo Seal. I may have to get a rebuild kit for that to really get down into the very, you know, the 0.1 micron that it's rated for. But holy smokes. What a difference. Obviously this thing's still fine for, you know, vacuum filtration, that sort of stuff. So I absolutely cannot forget this awesome gift from Eric here, which take a look at this. Sent me a very heavy box, obviously. This beautiful box of tin ingots. Super pure. This was for some sort of medical, sorry, dehumidifier is going off in the back. Goes by Clusters 1.0, Eric. So, huge thank you to Eric. Look at that, keep your dick in a vice. We're all fans of AVE here. So, absolutely beautiful though. I'll be able to put these into some of those freedom seeds that you maybe saw me pouring. Wow, how cool. But this is ultra high purity tin, so if you guys know of any other cool experiments to do with tin, drop a comment and I will try to move ahead and do some cool tin based experiments. Thank you so much, Eric. That is absolutely awesome. Huge thank you. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I do have one more cool. This was actually sent by a patron. You can see we finally got ourselves a platinum anode. Sent by Silvio, who is a patron of the channel. And he did send this some time ago. I'm just getting around to gonna actually be putting it to use. Doing a little perchlorate work. So you guys will have that to look forward to. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Please don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, click that little dingleberry next to subscribe. That way you can get notified when I post, and I will see you next time. Have a great one.